Arts.
I definitely hear you. I know you're not lying. That's for sure. Because I know what role I've played. So,
See, that's another conversation.
that's another
Man,
conversation. I know what role I've played.
memories in that place right there.
The bro code don't matter at
Hey,
that point. Do you know what I
I'm
mean?
not mad because them sparks be flying and there's be electricity all in that moment and stuff. It is like all good and things. And then after it, you like, well, call you in another month or two, I guess.
I'm not even saying too tough because there's no need to out myself. But that as a bloke, when you meet someone who's in a relationship, when you guys have great chemistry, right? But it's
Mm-hmm.
not. I don't think it's great enough that you guys enter a relationship. I think it's great enough that it's on a sexual level, on a physical level, but not necessarily enter into a relationship level. And I think that's where, you can get tricky.
That's a scary part too about it too, because it is like you said on a physical level to the point where you're just like breezing over their body and you feel all that electricity yours. And that would tell you something in your mind like, oh, this could be great, this could be good, this could be wonderful. But it's just like, no, this might not be what they want. They might not
Yeah.
want more in it or whatnot. I mean, I've even had men on the other side tell me because I was that for the man or whatnot. I don't know if he was in a relationship or not, but for me, I was just in the physical of it.
Yeah.
And I had a man tell me before, why you don't ask for dates and go on all that and stuff. And I had to be blunt, like, that's not what we're here for. I don't want the relationship of it because
that's not what I'm looking for in you. Yeah.
That's not, I don't get that from you.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted.
I see too much trouble coming from you.
Yeah.
But we can have fun.
Yeah.
This part of it. Just sit right here in this moment and just enjoy this moment. And like I said, I had that one that, literally I it's like, I got to erase your phone number completely from my life. Like, because if I see you,
it's on.
I want to do so much with you. And I have to have so much willpower when I'm in a relationship around you. And you do everything to me in that. It's like that movie Temptation. He did everything to her, knowing that she had somebody. He did everything to her because he knew she wanted him.
Yep.
And it's like that when you have that one special person or whatever, where you just have that chemistry, but for whatever reason, it can't turn into a relationship. But that chemistry like never dies, no matter how much you don't be around them, you don't see them and all that. That same spark is there every single time, calling your name. And it's just like, oh my God, stop, please just stop. Like
you getting into my soul.
You got in there already. It ain't no getting into it. Yeah, in there already. Like, I hear you from within. It's like R. Kelly. And sorry to mention him, but it's like your body is calling me. Like seriously.
It's real though.
It's bad or whatnot. And then if you are in that headspace with that, with that person, like mine's at the time, I used to be able to have nice dialogue. We can have good conversation when we see each other. But if you're in that headspace where you want a relationship, that could be a dangerous road to try to go, because in your head, you're already creating one with this person. Like, oh, we have good conversation. We have great sex. This is just good, or whatever. And it's like, no, it's not. Or, I mean, don't get me wrong. It could possibly be, but
more times not.
More times it's not.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. And if you ever have somebody that connection is just that strong and you enter a relationship with somebody else, please just cut it off. Please yourself a favor. Just cut it all the way off. Lose the number.
Leave that around.
All kind of social media, because it can be deadly.
I'm definitely here on this one. Because I've as a bloke, I think I've clocked who that person is once, but in another situation, I never saw it coming. Like that one was a woo-woo. That one came out of the shadows. Like I never heard of the person. Do you know what I mean?
Did you find yourself saying that I never thought you'll do that to me?
For that person, yes.
Yeah. I've had somebody tell me that too. They was just like, I never thought you would do that to me. And I was just like, oh, with your actions, how did you think that? Like, but I ain't never said I would stay here foolishly with you. Like, but Like me, like I said, I kind of got into where I just started to try to walk in my honesty on things. And so that's the only reason that person knew that, and we had broken up when I had went back to the other person, but they were just like, I just never thought in a million years that would be the person that you would ever go back to, especially knowing you don't like to go back to anybody. You don't like to repeat anybody or whatnot. And it's just like, some things are not really going back because it was never really closed. That door was never closed. That door was always open. He always had a key. Like, if he used it, I ain't never changed the locks. Like, never. That password to the security code. Like, you gotta change the lock sometimes. You gotta up and move and relocate and go on a witness protection program. Show.
And you're not lying, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying to you. I can testify because when it did happen, the person had said, "Oh no, we do talk like bits here and there," and I was like, "What the frick? I never knew. Like, I never heard the person's name, and you never mentioned it. But you talking here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never gave any. And again, it wasn't like the person wasn't messing around in a relationship per se. But like you were saying, it's a tidbits of conversation, so it's just enough to have that carrot dangled, but not too much that the person gets too close. So you never see like a proper. I don't want to say a proper manipulator. I want to say somebody who knows how to hold attention correctly with that person.
Right.
I don't think we ever know, right? But I think when you start to know is when the tension has become too much and that person's got too close to your relationship. You kind of, as a man, you can kind of sense somebody's a bit too close to this relationship. But I think if you hold attention correctly, I'm gonna keep 100 a buck. We're never gonna know. We're never gonna know.
Yeah. I mean, it's really true. Like, a female can really slide. Like I say, it's a serial killer type mentality when it comes to females that cheat. Because a lot of times we will continue to do it until we want to get caught. It's not an everyday thing. It's not there. It's just the same way a serial killer would move. It's, we'll pick the victim, stalk them a bit, see how they move. If they move according to how we living, he may be the one. And right time, right season, he come up missing. Bodies just everywhere.
Just like, yo.
And until we start seeing and the sad truth is when your woman actually gets into a place where she doesn't care. She's really over and done with the relationship and she does not care. That's the time that she'll start leaving her calling cards, it'll start getting sloppy or whatnot. Because at this point, she's checked out. And I know like a lot of men like to believe like, oh, women, they got to be checked out before they moved on and all this stuff like that. Sometimes they're not completely checked out.
Yeah.
Like emotionally, we might not be checked out and they're still there physically. And it might be vice versa. Emotionally, we might still be there, but physically, we not. And we don't always get attached. This will be another conversation for another day, but we don't always get attached just because of sex. Some of us know how to cut that completely off. We just might want to feel good in the moment during the sex, but mentally, emotionally, we're not attached to it.
Yeah.
Some of us can move in like men in that regards. It's all the extra stuff that come with it, the conversations and all these things like that. So that's why the conversations be to a minimum with that person. It's the friends that you watch for the emotional connection. That's where you watch the friends on the side and stuff, because she's building conversations with them and they're having talks and she's putting trust in this person with herself. So sometimes with those people, you have to watch that part of the connection. But a lot of times the woman already physically assessed like, that's not what I want. That's not who I'm going to have sex with or whatnot. Dark truth. I like to live truth.
Let me drop that clip.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
I have sadly sadly, have lived in some of these moments where I have went on with somebody that I knew I was going to friend zone and went on and just took out the curiosity of everything else before I did it.
What does that mean?
Meaning I went on and had physical relationships with that person. So we both would no longer have that curiosity in us. And it's just like, okay, now we can be friends.
Oh my God.
So sometimes, guys, when you get in that all up front and then all of a sudden it's cut off, unfortunately, you kind of been friend zoned and you might have had a benefit. You may get lucky again and get the benefits again. But a lot of times that was just to get you out of that so you won't be pressing her all the time. Or better yet, she won't be pressing you because she's curious. Because that was my thing. It's more so I was curious. Because sometimes when you're good, you got that good. You still gonna get pressed anyway. He gonna want more anyway and stuff. And then you just got to cut him all the way off. He can't even be a friend no more. It's like, damn, he could have been a good friend.
That ship has sailed.
That ship has sailed.
That ship has sailed.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I didn't mean to do you like this. You just happen to be a casualty of my body right now. Like, I'm sorry. That was one of my loose serial killer tactics. Like I wasn't out here. I just went random on this one. Went rogue in these streets. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. The friend zone is not a safe place unless she friend zoned you prior.
I'm hearing that. Okay, Chef Jay, we've reached the end of this episode 2. I know I'm waiting for episode 3 because kids. I hope you are staying with me, man. Some of this
have to go on a witness protection because the women's is gonna be like, girl.
Some of this truths out here, you don't really know the full ins and outs, and when you're getting it, you're like, you know the truth, but you don't really know the truth, and then when you find out the truth, make you feel like you're Men in Black. You know what I'm saying? Like let me play that clip for them just to know. That's when it's spiritual. It's hit you deep in your soul. All right, guys, we've reached the end of episode 2. I hope you guys are loving these breakdowns. I'm loving them. It's good to hear some of this stuff. And again, it's from an educative point of view. Please, Red Pillars, we're not here for you. But for the audience, we really want you guys to learn, be educated. And also as well, some of these truths, I know some of us are potentially be doing these behaviors. We want to help you too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want you to play these games forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not cute. Okay, forever. I get it. Some of us are young and we're still thinking we're invincible. So I also understand that. But I think this really is for educative purposes to understand, learn, grow, and also have knowledge, saying lack of knowledge why people perish. So Chef Jay, thank you again once more for episode 2. Episode 3, are we looking at what was the title of episode 3? I think you mentioned it. You said about how she prays. Women that pray.
Women that pray.
Women that pray. You need to comment on women that pray. And I ain't talking about this either, baby. Okay. With an E up in her. Okay. So, guys, if you're loving this conversation, make sure you like, you share, you subscribe, you click on this bell button for notification of the uploads, and please leave a comment down below. What dark arts do you know about? Let us know what they are. Ladies, if you have some dark arts you want to share, listen, let us know in the comment section as well, man. We'll be more than willing to hear you out. Over and out, baby. Little black book. You know what time it is.